Welcome, everyone, to our second to last Parent Involvement Committee live stream held on April 10th, 2025. And to start the meeting off, we're going to start off with the land acknowledgement. So if I can get the slide advanced. Thank you. We begin by acknowledging the land and our responsibility to care for and respect all that provides us with life. This land upon which HDSB is situated is on the ancestral, treaty, and tidal lands of the Anishinaabeg, Ojibwe, Michizagig Nation, now known as the Mississaugas of the Credit. Michizagig territory in the past and present continues to host both Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. The HDSB is committed to continuous knowledge building with respect to actions that address and resolve the ongoing impacts of colonialism. We do this by learning and understanding the true history, treaty obligations, duties and responsibilities, and Indigenous rights while actively maintaining mutually beneficial relationships and collectively respecting and caring for the land. So once again, welcome everyone to tonight's live stream. My name is Saad Juman. I am the co-chair, and I'll let my counterpart introduce herself as well. Sherry, you want to go ahead?
Hi, I'm Sherry White. I'm also the other co-chair for our Parent Involvement Committee.
Okay, great. First order of business right now is passing of the minutes from our meeting, which was held on February 6th, 2025. So if I can get a committee member to please uh, advance a motion to pass those minutes. I can't see the chat, so Sherry, if you can let me know.
Yeah, Laura's.
Okay, and if we can get a seconder, please, to raise your hand. Okay, so minutes have been passed from the minutes of the meeting on February 6, 2025. Next, our main order of business for tonight is a debrief from the amazing event, which was the Parent Involvement Conference, which happened not too long ago. I will let our conference chair, Reza, and Laura go ahead.
Great, folks. Yeah, this is Ali. Hi, thanks. Folks, my camera's not working, so you can't see the level of excitement that I have on my face as we do this debrief. Hopefully you can hear it in my beautiful monotone voice. We're just going to go through, Laura and I, the two co-chairs for the conference, on behalf of our excellent team, and just give you some highlighted characteristics, some great qualities that came out of this conference. And so, first of all, again, an amazing turnout. We had over 600 parents and guardians within Halton who registered for this event. This event hosted 50 workshops, over 20 community displays that highlighted essential resources for parents and guardians to use with their children in their academic journeys within Halton. To put this together and to make this happen, this success happen, we had over 50 volunteers, a combination of student and adult volunteers who came out throughout the preparation time, but more specifically the Friday and the Saturday of the event weekend, which was phenomenal. We heard you from last year, and one thing that's very important to the entire organization, the coordination team, is to listen, hear, and act on your feedback. So last year we heard that there needed to be more transportation to the event itself. So this year we had 3 buses across Halton bringing parents and guardians to the event itself. And we had over 140 children registered for child minding. To the right of the the slide, you can see just a bit of a breakdown as to where people came from. And this is important to us as a coordination team for this event because it gives us an idea of where people are coming from and where people are not coming from. And so as PIC reps, we're going to be asking the PIC framework to help us understand why or how we can increase people coming in to this PIC conference from Halton Hills, who was, I believe, at 3%, or just over 3%. Next slide, please. Thank you. So overall, we had a very satisfied and well-attended event with over 97% of those who completed the survey, the post-event survey, telling us that they either felt it was a good, above good, or excellent event, which is phenomenal. We had 80% of those who completed the survey tell us that they enjoyed the keynote speaker. And I would say one of our greatest successes, not only was the event, but was our child minding this year, where again, we heard, we listened, and we acted on things that we could do to improve our child minding, because we wanted to ensure that parents could come to this event and allow our child minders to watch their children in a way that would be beneficial to their children. So this year we had more games, we had a better area cordoned off for child minding, and we had more help regarding children and child minding itself. Next slide, please.
Thanks. So I think I'm taking over here, right, Allie?
Yes, Laura. Sorry, I didn't know how to transition to you. This is Laura, folks.
Hi, everyone. So one of the nice questions that we asked on the survey that was really neat to read about was what people thought was the most valuable part of the conference for them. So I'm not going to read all of these quotes, but this is just a few of the selections of the quotes that we got on the survey. And I think it reflects things we heard the day of too. So as you're looking through them, you might be seeing some themes. Some things that popped out to us was community, and really creating this sense of community through the conference. People were able to attend, talk to other parents and guardians, and really realize that they're not alone in their challenges that they may be having, that parenting, we all parent perhaps without as much of a village as we used to. And this was a way to kind of build their village up and get to know other people and get to know that other people were experiencing some of the same things. It was also really helpful for people to be able to pick and choose to see the information that was important to them. So we had over 50 workshops, as Ali mentioned, and a really fabulous keynote speaker. And that gave people the opportunity to pick, of the 3 workshop sessions, which workshops they were going to attend to find something that was relevant for them and helpful for them. They also had the community tables in the lobby, which was another opportunity for people to learn from different organizations, to go and speak to all of them, to hear about different services that are available that they may not know about. And that also gave opportunities during those breaks, during our fabulous lunch, to also just have time to interact with each other, and maybe in a less formal way, not necessarily in a workshop or in the keynote, but just to talk to people from across the region that, you may not run into on a regular basis. You may not have known at all before the conference. But having those opportunities to connect. And I know as we were standing at the door, as folks were leaving, people were telling us that they wish more people knew about the conference, for one thing. And in fact, some people were asking us to make the conference even longer. So I think that's a sign of a successful day, when you've been at a conference all day and people are wanting to come back for more. That being said, of course, there's stuff that we could work on and things that we can improve. And I think Ali mentioned a few of those things that we already thought about this year. But some things that did pop up from the survey of things we could work on was promoting the conference and transportation options to all regions across Halton. So attendees told us they want more people to know about this conference. And that's, I think, something that we can continue to work on. And hopefully we can rely on the PIC reps within all of the school councils across the region to help us with too. We have those great transportation options this year that helped bring people in. And I think even just remembering that, well, it may be in Milton, it's not that far. It's central for all different regions of Halton. I know I came from Burlington and it was a quick and easy drive. We also had great feedback on the keynote, but people did mention we didn't do a Q&A this time, and that's something people would like. I think having that opportunity to talk and ask questions makes you be able to really dig deeper into some of the information, which can be helpful. And same thing as ensuring our workshop descriptions are clear. It's really hard to pick from all the workshops because there's so many amazing ones. So that's something we can continue to work on. The other thing we've heard loud and clear is that it would be great if we could move the conference earlier into the year. So in the past, it's been in the spring. This year we moved it into the winter, and we're still hearing that it would be nicer to have it even earlier into the fall, because that's, I think, when we're all really getting revved up for the new year, thinking about what we want to do to support our kids in their academic journeys. So that brings us to an announcement about next year's conference.
What happened to the drum roll?
I'll go back.
No. It's okay.
Thanks, God.
So, folks, we for the last few years we've been hearing from you. We've made a conscious effort as a team to slowly move back the conference because of the planning aspect to it. And Laura and I, on behalf of the entire planning team, we're very excited to announce that next year, your amazing PIC conference will be held 15 November, which is a Saturday at LC McGill. And another thing that I think Laura mentioned was a lot of you at this conference this past year were excited about being there, but also more excited about joining us. And so we would encourage you to reach out if you'd like to volunteer with us, with the planning team. It's a phenomenal event, not only to plan, but it's a phenomenal opportunity for you to get to meet other like-minded parents. I started off as a volunteer helping out with the PIC conference because I wanted to see what I could do for my own children within Halton. And from that, I became more and more interested in PIC and developed amazing relationships with other parents and guardians throughout Halton who had similar situations with their children. And now I have myself a resource network that I can reach out to. So I would implore that if you're thinking about it, just reach out and ask questions. And I think you would love the opportunity to help plan for next year's event. I see we have a question already. I think the name is Sherry. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Well, just to also point out too, for anybody that, is watching or listening, that you don't necessarily need to be the PIC rep at your school or being, on parent council. If you want to volunteer for the conference or help us out, it's any parent of, or guardian of a student that, goes to a Halton school. So if you liked the conference and you want to see more, but you don't necessarily have the time commitment, to do your monthly school council meetings or that kind of thing, that's fine. We'll still take you for the PIC planning conference committee team, and you can help spread the word. And of course, the more that people talk about it, just, we don't necessarily always, might not get all those school messenger emails and things like that. But the more that we're just talking about it, pick up and drop off with their kids, or talking to another parent at the soccer field or hockey arena, we're going to get that word put out. And anybody that wants to help out can definitely contact us. And we can put you to work.
Thanks, Sherry. Laura, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think I would echo what you said, Ali. It's a great, and what you said, Sherry, it's a great way to get involved and to meet new people and work together to bring together this conference. It's a lot of fun. And I think even if you don't want to be involved with the full committee, even volunteering the day of can be a great way to get involved. So there's lots of different ways.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. I'll just leave you with this one thing. You can help in different ways. You can help on the day of, you can help leading up to it. You can help in different areas, food, child minding. One place where we do need your help starting now so that we can deliver this conference to you in the fall is your input and insight on who you think or who would you like to have as great workshop presenters. Again, this conference is coordinated by parents and guardians for parents and guardians. And so we need that information from you. And then once we have that information, we can put those workshops together. Great. Thank you so much. And I just want to say one last thing. A big thanks to the coordination team, the planning team, who spent volunteer hours, their own hours, putting this together. It was a work of passion, and we appreciate you and thank you all. So thank you.
That's great. And to echo that, Ali and Laura, I mean, thank you both for leading the charge. I mean, a 600-person conference is not easy, and really, it's the main thing that the PIC committee actually does for the entire year. Okay, if we can go to the next slide, please. We do not have any PIC committee updates, so I think we can go to the next slide. Now we'll give it over to Superintendent Connor in case there are any superintendent updates.
Sure, yeah, I'm happy to jump in tonight. I was thinking about what to share and to provide some updates in particular, kind of where we're at in the school year. And one of the things that came to mind is that earlier this week, I was asked to speak at a super council meeting in Oakville with representatives from several of our school councils, both elementary and secondary schools. And I was asked to speak a little bit about the current implementation of the multi-year strategic plan. So at the beginning, towards the beginning of the year, we had our director, Curtis Ennis, talk about the multi-year strategic plan, how it had come to fruition, and also kind of the plans and moving forward to guide and direct our board for the next 4 years. And part of my conversation on Monday with various, a collection of school councils was really what is the key or critical role that our parents or school councils play in being able to really support, first of all, understand, but also support the plan in terms of how it's implemented across our system and within our schools. So I thought actually it was a pretty great question, and it generated some great discussion and some sharing. And so I thought just to position things in my update tonight, I would provide a little bit about some of the things that I highlighted with that group at the time. So as we know, our multi-year strategic plan includes 6 commitments by the board. So that's environmental and global citizenship, kindness, connection, and community, learning, engagement, and achievement, human rights, equity, and inclusion, mental health and well-being, Indigenous rights and education, as our 6 commitments that are really driving forward the work in the board for the next 4 years. What I shared and what I've continued to share is the notion that although the multi-year strategic plan is a set of ideas or commitments collectively kind of codified, so lots of you will see the posters and you'll see lots of information about it on our website and within our schools, the real true significance of the strategic plan is actually in actioning the work itself. As superintendents, we work with each of our schools to consider the alignment of these plans from the board through to the school, through the classroom level, so that we can ensure each of the commitments of the multi-year strategic plan are fundamentally realized in the classroom, which is really where the most important work happens within our system. It's the ways in which each of our students experience learning and in our accountability of how we continue to get better to serve and support our system. School principals are expected to know their school communities really well. They're supposed to understand the learning needs of the staff and the experiences and achievements and learning needs of their students. School leaders have access to rich sources of both qualitative and quantitative data to understand the needs of their school community. And we have some really rich, robust student voice data sets like Have Your Say, which is an annual data collection tool used to understand how students are experiencing learning within their school community, their feelings of safety, mental well-being, their experiences of engagement and learning in the classroom. School leaders have access to achievement data like EQAO, the Ontario Secondary School Literacy Test, achievement data, disciplinary data, all which helps the school to understand the areas within the school that may require attention, support, and increased professional learning and action. And of course, school leaders have access to on-the-ground data. They are visiting classes, they are talking to students, they are talking to families and to staff within their communities to understand the needs and the interests of their students and their school. Each of your principals will know the work that they are shifting in their building, the learning staff are engaged in, and the activities and actions happening in the school to align with the multi-year plan and to ensure we have a system of continual renewal and improvement and accountability. So then, of course, what's the role of our families, of our parents, our guardians, and our school councils in terms of being able to support our multi-year strategic plan? We know school councils are the key important advisory bodies to the school community, and that the role of school councils through their active participation as parents and guardians is to improve student achievement and increase accountability of the educational system to our parents. If you've not had your school principal share with you details of their school improvement plans and the alignment of these plans with the multi-year strategic plan, I absolutely think it's a wonderful opportunity to gain a much deeper understanding of some of the areas of growth and opportunity that are evolving within your own school community. It gives the opportunities for parents, guardians, and caregivers to have a much deeper understanding of the activities of the school, offering their own ideas and their perspectives, to understand some of the intended shifts and areas of improvement happening within the school through the dedicated efforts of the school principal and the school leadership team. You may also ask how you can provide the perspectives of parents, guardians, and caregivers through these discussions, so there is a shared understanding within your school and ownership of the work. I've often found it really effective in school communities for principals to provide regular updates to their school councils of their ongoing work towards school improvement so that families can ask questions and understand the areas of growth and improvement across and between the school years. School councils for sure have a fundamental role in supporting schools and improving the experiences of our students and our families. And we know that our parents and our school councils are dedicated to not only supporting their own children, but all have a very deep commitment to being able to support the educational experiences of our students in all of our schools. As parents, you are very much the partners in this journey and have a key role in ensuring that an ambitious multi-year strategic plan attains the outcomes and the expectations required of each of us throughout these next 4 years of action, of commitment, and implementation. So just wanted to be able to highlight and position that a little bit more deeply because we've talked through it, and I know we've had times that you've been able to have different areas highlighted across within the board. But the really deep work of being able to understand what that looks like in your school community and the work and actions that's happening within the staff and within the leadership team within your school to be able to continue to work towards the vision and the implementation of the multi-year plan happens in schools, happens in classrooms, and happens with our students and our teachers. So it's a wonderful place to be able to continue to understand and support that work within each of your school communities.
Thank you so much, Tara. And yeah, it's very important, and I think that a lot of our school councils have been doing a really good job of explaining not only the plan, but seeing we can see that growth and development across the board. Laura, are you doing the slides? Now, do we have a trustee update for tonight?
Yeah, I don't believe we do. We had expected a trustee to be here, but unfortunately he wasn't able to be here, I don't believe.
Oh, that May 22nd date. I just realized I might have a conflict because I just got an email recently that the provincial PIC meeting, which had to be rescheduled due to the election, has actually been rescheduled for May the 22nd. So that is the provincial parent involvement committee that is led by staff at the ministry. And they do bring or try to bring all of the 72 different boards across the province together for a larger PIC meeting. But I will double check that to date. But if anybody, does want to reach out either to Sod or to myself, of course, if wanting to volunteer or needing any more information on any of the topics, I know a lot of parent councils have also been reviewing their constitutions and doing their planning for the upcoming year in terms of meetings and when any elections are going to be held. And there will be some information upcoming with that as well for PIC, because Sod and I are coming to the end of our term, and of course we know that Ali and Laura have been talking about it amongst themselves. But there is definitely some planning that's going to be going on between now and our next meeting. Tara, did I miss anything? I think we've all.
No, those are the key areas for the agenda for sure.
Well, this was a short but sweet meeting then, I guess. And I appreciate everybody being here. Laura and Ali, you guys put on a phenomenal conference. And I know that, we're looking forward to starting the planning for the one in November. And I'm sure it'll be just as good. And I appreciate everybody watching tonight and everybody that came on to join us in the call here. And have a great, thank goodness no one has to drive home in this lovely snowy weather. It's spring, but we will see you in May. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.